Y'all, I'm back. I know y'all miss me. It's been a minute, but I'm back.
Feel like a billion. Feel like I might jail like a
I know. Where are
you, Naika? What happened, Naika? You need to post more, Naika. I know.
I miss coming back. It's been a while. I miss it. That's why I had to come back. It's been a while. But before I start, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and stay tuned. So, I know, we're all thinking this. Where have you been? Honestly, I have been learning, living, loving. Honestly, y'all, life as a young adult has been beating my butt. Quite honestly, being a young adult, handling life, working, Lord knows about that. And just learning how to balance everything. I think I've just been going through a lot, and I was like, why not just come back to especially the thing that brings me joy, which is creating YouTube videos. But I wanted to just say that I'm back. I'm officially back. My goal is to stay consistent. As you know, I tell you I'm back, and then I'm not, but I have some great videos, some fun vlogs, some fun reaction videos to come back. And I need to do reaction videos. I just need to come back and just give you guys more story times, more advice, everything. Because it's been a minute and I miss everyone. And it's like, YouTube is kind of that kind of spark of joy that I have. And it just made sense for me to come back. But enough of that. The whole, I miss you, whatever. We're done with that. We're done with that, right? So let's just talk about what I've been up to lately, or what have I seen online that we need to talk about, because there's a lot of things we gotta talk about. And I know a lot of people are gonna ask me, what's my opinion on this? What's going on? This and the third, and I definitely want to do that because there's a lot of things I've been seeing, and I definitely want to talk more about that. So let's start off with, I don't know where to start. There's so much things I want to talk about, but it's like, first, obviously, for my K-pop stans, let's talk about this whole BTS Grammy situation, because there's a lot we gotta talk about. But before I do, let's just watch a few reaction videos of just people talking about, everything that's been going on.
BTS is calling out the Grammys, and their reason is a very good one. Here's everything we know. BTS made headlines when all 7 members of the group, RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Jungkook, all posted the same statement on their individual Instagrams within minutes of each other. The message being that they are not submitting their music for consideration at the 69th Grammy Awards. The group stated that they want their music to be heard and loved for what it is, not divided by region or language. Well, what does this all mean, and why is the timing so important? For starters, right now is BTS's comeback to the music industry after they all just finished their mandatory military service and dropped their 5th album, Arirang, in March of 2026. The album hit #1 on the Billboard 200 and topped the charts in 23 countries, the UK, Germany, Japan, all of them. So this move to take a step back from the Grammys isn't because they're struggling, they're making a lot of noise and are at the top of their game. So what actually triggered this? Well, in June, the Recording Academy quietly rolled out 5 new Grammy categories, including one called Best Asian Pop Music Performance. And the catch in the fine print for this category is that it requires meaningful use of an Asian language to qualify. So on paper, it sounds inclusive, right? But here's the plot twist. BTS's massive English language hit Swim, which hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, wouldn't even qualify for that category. So fans are reading BTS's statement about region or language as a direct call out of that rule and of the Grammys. And the BTS army are not holding back, rightfully so. One fan told CNN that it feels like the category was built to keep BTS out of the bigger, more prestigious categories, basically sidelining Asian artists into their own lane. And others are calling it musical segregation. However, it is important to note that the Grammys have done region-specific categories before. They've had Best Latin Jazz Album, Best African Music Performance, and others. And those categories already exist every year, so the Academy's defense is basically, we've always done this, which is a slap in the face to major artists with worldwide multi-language appeal like BTS. And we have seen this before with BTS now joining a pretty exclusive club of artists who've called out the Grammys directly. Back in 2021, The Weeknd had 0 nominations despite it being one of his biggest years of his career. Blinding Lights was still sitting in the Billboard Top 10 a year after release, and and being the most streamed song on Spotify of all time. The Weeknd then told the New York Times that he'd stopped letting his label submit his music to the Grammys at all, pointing directly at the Academy's secret nomination committees. The Grammys then tried to reconcile with him by having him perform at the 2025 ceremony, but then snubbed his album Hurry Up Tomorrow shortly after with another 0 nominations. And so the accusations of corruption continue. Big artists having big years getting snubbed anyway, of course they're gonna boycott. The Grammys say they're making room for Asian artists, but BTS is saying that that room feels like a completely separate room. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments and follow me to stay up to date on all things pop culture.
What BTS is actually saying is, America, you are not the musical center of the universe. That's what they're saying. And what they're also saying is, Grammys, you need us more than we need you. When you take a look at the appearance of BTS in previous Grammys, they were there. In fact, I would argue that maybe BTS was used a little bit by the Grammys over the years. Yes, they have been nominated. They were kind of put throughout the show, not just like one performance. They were kind of used throughout an entire show because they knew the viewers will stick through it. And in fact, it worked. They have had billions of streams online because BTS was part of the show. So BTS is like, we're here. We are not just an Asian group. We are a global pop sensation.
Yeah.
And we deserve to be in the main category. So I think the bottom line for this is, you know, they have a song on their latest album, Arirang, and it's called Alien. And in fact, the entire impetus of this story is, like, you're saying, like, we're the aliens, like, we're the ones who are on the outside, we're other. We want to remind you, like, we don't need your validation, and a reminder that the sun rises in the east.
See, when they ask me why I'm a BTS stan, when they ask me why I've gone so hard for these 7 men over the years, this is why. BTS, from the bottom of my heart, I woke up out of my bed. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I want to say thank you. The music industry needed this. K-pop needed this. That racist Grammy category needed this. For the 7 men that I love deeply, to stand up and say, we're not going to do this. We're not playing this game anymore. We don't need these awards. We don't need your sympathy. They knew very well where their album was going to be put. I really do think that this is one of the most amazing things to ever happen. And I'm definitely going to talk about this on my YouTube channel soon. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure you actually do. But I wanted this to happen. I prayed they would do it. And for them to finally take a stand against the Grammys is amazing. And by the way, y'all may not like him. I know he's a dirty name around here. But BTS and Drake have 2 of the highest selling albums this year. Both of them have announced they will not put their music through to the Grammys. This is how we change this bullshit. This is how we say we're not going to play this crap anymore. This is what the Grammys needed. They needed a giant middle finger. They needed to be told this is not going to fly anymore. Thank you, BTS.
So for me to see the Grammy have a whole subgenre unit just to kind of like basically give BTS like, hey, we know y'all lost the past Grammys, we'll make one for y'all. So it's like a handout. And BTS, they definitely don't deserve a handout, especially for a group like them. Even if you're not a fan of them, even if you are, I am a fan, which I'm excited to see them next week. They're coming to Gillette Stadium, so I'm excited about that. And that journey, y'all, I'll have to do a separate vlog / video about that. But to kind of discredit the work that they've done, the BTS has the numbers, has the data to show you that they are a group that deserves to be nominated, if not win a Grammy, and the fact that like the Grammy decides to put like a subgenre just to be like, here, easy win. But there are people saying like, due to that, like they don't really believe that because the current president of the Grammy, he wrote a few songs for SM. So I don't know. So there's a lot going on there. My opinion is, because it's all over the internet, I just think that it's stupid, and I'm happy the guys are like, we're not submitting our songs for the Grammy this year. I don't blame them, because it's like over and over we've seen it. Like they submitted year 1, this happens. Year 2, this happens. So I really don't blame them for not submitting it, because it's like, how come like seeing the results, it didn't make any sense. And, you know, constantly disappointing the group, constantly disappointing the record label, constantly disappointing the fans. Like, it's like, we had enough. We all know it's a cycle. They have a set of people that they want to win. Because the same thing's happened for Beyonce. It took her nearly 20 years. I'm my friend about this. Previously, the Grammy was viewed as like a no. Like, to me, growing up, I thought like the Grammy was it. If you got a Grammy, if you were nominated or won a Grammy, you were like, you got the Nobel Peace Prize as like for music. Like, you were the best of the best. Which is some true. Like, the Grammys have nominated and picked some amazing winners, and we see the work. But I think as we've gotten older and year by year, we've seen that this Grammy is just which artist or which company has the most money. Like, it's not as important anymore. I think now the importance, from what I'm seeing, I think also being a K-pop stan, like concert data, like how many venues you sold out, how many cities you've toured, how long has your tour been going on? You know, I think people are looking really deeply into that more than like, okay, the Grammys. So I really do love that. And yeah, I don't blame them for not submitting any work. It's like, bro, we don't owe you anything. We're BTS. Like, we've done great numbers, and we're just here to focus on our fans and do what we gotta do. Like, they just came back from the military. They're going on tour. They really don't need a Grammy. So I'm really proud of them, and like, I don't blame them. And I hope other artists, especially BTS and their level, I hope other artists, they take note of that. But I doubt it. They're not gonna do that. But I love how they do that. They're like, yeah, we don't need you. We really don't. But that's my take on the whole BTS Grammy submission drama. I feel like, period. That's it. Let's talk about another thing I've been seeing online. Okay, now let's talk about the new movie Wicker that just was announced literally yesterday. So for those who don't know, there's this movie trailer that's going out, like, how do I even describe it? But it was a new trailer for this new movie called Wicker that was just released yesterday, and it focuses on a woman who lives in, like, I was in the 1600 era. Don't know if it's, you know, don't know what exact country, but it's like, you know, fiction. And let's just say she is basically, she works, you know, I forget what kind of job she does, but she, you know, works by the sea, and I think she's a fisherman. And long story short, you know, she's a fisherman. She's like the outcast of the village area, and she acts she basically, her dream is to have a husband or a man. And she meets her husband, but it's, I don't even know how to describe it. Let's just take a look.
I just watched that trailer for Wicker. I don't know what the hell I just watched, but I'm intrigued. Yeah, I will be in that theater. Maybe 4DX if they have it. Overall, I'm just so confused. Like, how did we get here? Where are we? Why is Peter Dinklage just making her a man out of Wicker, and then the Wicker's blowing her back out? Is she a fisherman? Like, I'm confused. But I will be watching that. I will.
So I have finally seen the trailer for Wicker, the movie about a woman who wants a husband, so she asks someone to make her a man out of wicker, like the wood material. I already knew I was going to see this movie off the strength of the posters alone, but the trailer has me locked in. Like, there's a moment in the trailer where they are literally getting it on so vigorously that the bed breaks, and then the Wicker Man has to go and repair it. Like, this movie is gonna be raunchy. Like, I think if you're a, like, romance girly, this is definitely probably going to be up your alley. I don't know. I have to be honest. It didn't really matter what was in the trailer. Either way, I was gonna buy a ticket.
So we all saw that Wicker trailer, right? I'm not even gonna hold you. The minute I saw that hand that grabbed that lady's neck was not a human hand, I was like, oh, I'm locked in. Monster romance activated. I was like, what? Are we finally getting what we needed? And all y'all in them comments talking about something. We didn't know that this was original content. We need to live a little bit. I promise you are not going to be... I don't even care if the movie could be straight butt cheeks. I'm about to enjoy myself. Where else are we going to get something like Wicker? because I ain't seen it yet. And I'll be right there front row, so I might even be there on opening day. And if I don't see what it looked like, I'm gonna be sadly disappointed, because the way Peter Dinklage was making that man, like, he was putting his heart and soul into that.
What does the upcoming film Wicker have to say about the state of modern dating for heterosexual women? I think about this often when it comes to sentient object and monster romances, because books from the genre are more often than not focusing on single human women that have bad experiences with men in their immediate community. They're unlucky in love, they've experienced abuse, they've experienced a nasty divorce, they've experienced sexual assault, and their one true love turns out to be a man that's not a human man at all. He's a minotaur, he's a werewolf, he's a door, he's a balloon animal. I just got a recommendation for a sentient ruler. And we see this a lot, minus the monster or the sentient object when it comes to our real life. Many heterosexual women are opting to leave dating behind. They're giving up on men. They're focusing on their relationship with themselves and with their friends and with their family. Being a spinster isn't scary. It's kind of ideal for a lot of people these days. And we can see based on the trailer for The Wicker that our main character, Olivia Colman, is in a really similar predicament. But because she operates in the world of a sentient object romance or a monster romance, whatever category you think that Wicker man falls into, she has the option to find a man that's not a human man from her village at all. And if the movie follows a short story that it's based on closely, then we're also going to see that the central conflict has to do with the men in the village hating the Wicker husband for being a better man than them, and all of the women in the village hating Olivia Colman because she has a husband that's better than theirs. In the original story, the Wicker husband is loving, he's kind, he's affectionate, he's a hard worker and loyal. His presence in the village raises the women's standards, and when their husbands refuse to meet those standards, they instead turn their anger and frustration to this happy couple, not to themselves, not to their partners, to the people who are having a good time minding their own business. I mean, we know based on the trailer that marriage in the world of this story, in the world of this movie, doesn't mean happiness. It doesn't mean respect. It doesn't even really mean love. We see a glimpse of a wedding that ends in a man putting a metal collar around his wife's neck, and that very wife saying very casually and lightheartedly that it was her mother's. I think it says a lot that we keep seeing these stories time and time again of women wanting partnership, wanting to be loved, getting as close as possible to a man, but not wanting to interact with a man at all.
Shock horror, men are already doing exactly what I said they would do when it comes to the movie Wicker. They are triggered over women's happiness about this trailer, and they are therefore now trying to compare this movie to Obsession, which is a movie about an actual sentient human woman who has her bodily autonomy removed from her by a man that she thought was her friend because he's in love with her and he doesn't want to tell her that he is in love with her in case she rejects him. And then when he realises that she is trapped in her own body and living a literal horror movie and she begs him for release, he gets defensive and says, "What's so wrong with dating me anyway?" and refuses to set her free, and he consistently puts her in danger and everyone else in danger throughout the entire movie. And men are trying to compare that to a movie about Olivia Colman, who cannot find a man who will treat her properly and so asks a magical man to weave her a husband out of wicker. How are those two movies the same? For any men out there who are saying that this is the equivalent of Obsession, how? Where are the comparisons there? Where? There are none. You know there are none. Half of you haven't even seen Obsession, number one, and most of you won't go and see Wicker. I can guarantee it, because there are too many women who are excited over this trailer, and as soon as women are excited about anything, men avoid it. Because you think that the things that we are excited about are frivolous and silly, and you wouldn't be seen to be enjoying something or indulging in something that women are excited about. So I already know that most of you aren't going to go and see Wicker. So what's it got to do with you, really? Absolutely nothing. So just keep quiet, basically.
As you see, I was actually struggling to describe, because I don't know where to start, because it took me a moment to process it. But after seeing that trailer, I was like, I'm down to watch it. Listen, hear me out, y'all. We've had movies about a woman and a sea monster falling in love in the 1950s. We've had a story about a guy who has a crush on a classmate / roommates. He goes to his roommate / classmate's house, fancy mansions, kills everyone, and then has the most disturbing 10 minutes I've ever seen in a movie. Talk about Saltburn. We've seen it all. We've seen it all. We've seen basically a throuple in tennis. Talk about the Challenger. We've seen it all. So this, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. And it's something that, like, the reason why I'm like really into it, because I think the story, the plot, I think we all can relate. I think especially with, you know, the main character, she wants to find love, and I think due to her being viewed as an outcast because she's older, the job that she has, people think she can never find love. But it's like, boom, listen, I found love. He's not full human, but you know, he treats me well, to the point where I think you see in the trailer that the other villagers, they start to get a little jealous. They're like, damn, like, they must be having a great time together. So I think it shows that, like, a little bit of snippet of that. It's like we don't see, you know, obviously it's not gonna be fully diverse, but like it has a little bit of diverse when it comes to dating and age, and like marriage and being married in an older age. I think we don't really see that. And who doesn't love a good romance? Don't know what it is. Horror, you know, rom-com. I think it's going to be good. I'm excited to see how, you know, the results of people reviews or thinks of it. I think it's gonna be good. Just I think because I've seen the reaction online, but also it's a book, which I'm like, maybe I should get the book. I don't know, but it does look good. It does look intriguing. Like, I think the trailer made everyone like, oh, I want to know more. It doesn't reveal too much, because okay, you know the main thing, okay, that she, you know, she's lonely, she wants a man, and then boom, she's with the man. Like, what happens now? You know, I think that's enough. And I think that movie looks really good. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the reaction, and I'm looking forward to it. But my reaction is, at first I was like, but then I was like, okay, you know, it's different. And I think we need that, because another thing that was brought up is like, it's original, it's organic, it's based off a book. We're not seeing the AI love stories. And let's talk about that. I want to talk about the verticals and like AI story that I've been seeing and watching. Listen, I love the vertical dramas. I think those are great. Listen, I'm guilty. I love a good vertical drama. What I don't like is the AI, because some of them I mean, like, I get are a little bit weird. Like, I saw one about like a drama about the days of the week. Like, Monday was like the outcast, Friday was the best. I'm like, yo, we're wasting water for this. So I love how movies like this are bringing people to the theaters, because that's another issue. A lot of people are not into theaters anymore, and I love going to the theaters. I love going to movie theaters. I love getting a popcorn. I love sitting down and being in theaters. I think people, and I blame the pandemic, and there's probably data around that, like, people are not interested in going to the theaters as much. It's like, oh, I can just stream it. Why pay so much money? I can just stream it, right? But the thing is, streaming was mostly made for, like, okay, if you were able to watch the movies, months later you would be able to watch it at like a lower price. I remember, I forgot the company, I don't know if it's still there. You could rent a movie for like $1, the DVDs. Oh, I used to do that all the time with my mom, because it was at the local grocery store, Redbox. I think that's the name, Redbox. You were able to rent out a movie for $1 every time. So I was able to watch him. Like, if I couldn't go to the theaters, because for me, going to the theater was a luxury thing. You know, you went like once in a blue moon on your birthday, or if like, you know, your program took you. So you had things like Redbox before you had Netflix, where you could rent out a movie, I think for like $1. And I remember every time I want to watch a movie, my mom would go to the market, like let's say like on a Friday afternoon. We'd get a movie for like $1 and then bring it back the next day. You had 24 hours to bring it back, so you wouldn't get charged more. It was so much fun. I used to love it, because there were times a lot of movies I wanted to watch, but they were in theaters, and I was young as little. I didn't have anyone to go to theaters. I didn't have the money to go to the movie theaters, because at the time it was quite pricey. So what we do is we would just get a Redbox for $1 and then boom, have a little movie night. Now I think nearly 20 years late, like 10 years, 20 years later, I think things have changed. I think the movie theaters become more accessible, which I think is great. Like AMC, if you are really into movie theater, like going to the movies, and you live in the US and you like there's an AMC near you, please get the AMC Step membership. I'm telling you, life changing. I got it. Okay, so someone told me about it. I was like, I don't know if I can pay $25 a month to watch a movie or this and on the third. But around April, they're doing a sale. It's like the first month 99 cents, and then after that, it'll be like $25 per month, right? What I love about this membership is it forces you to go out. So the way the AMC membership works is every week you get to watch 4 movies for free. 4 movies, any movie you want to watch at any AMC, any seat, you get to watch it for free. 4 weeks. I mean, for a week. So just times I've gone to movies 3 times just because I'm like, okay, I got nothing to do. Let me watch this movie. It's become a part-time job. It's really fun. So I think stuff like that is very beneficial, and I love how like now it's more accessible. Like this wouldn't be even a thing like 10, 15, 20 years ago. But the fact that this is a thing, an opportunity that people get to have, and a lot of people don't really use it because like goes back to my argument that like the art of going to the theater, because everyone's streaming now, the movie theaters have to do plans like this and membership like this to kind of convince the crowd to come and watch us, And I think in that I kind of like it because it kind of pushes people to like get out more. There's a lot of like psychological benefits in this too. So while I do like streaming at time, I think sometimes watching or experiencing the theater, going to the theater is really fun, and like you kind of feel like you're in a different universe for a moment. So that's my take on that. I'm going back and forth, but I really do like the trailer, and I'm definitely gonna think of giving it a chance. But it was just funny seeing all the people talk about it online and like the reaction, and people were like, if you're into Wattpad, you're gonna love this movie. But Wicker looks really good. It looks really good, and even if it's not good, it's for the experience, so I can't wait for that. So the last thing I want to talk about is Love Island. Y'all, we made it. We survived another season.
Give me 10. But give me 10. Still you rise, I guess. Give me 10. Give me 10.
God, Love Island, what a season, y'all. What a season. Like, what a season. I don't even know where to start. So much has happened. Okay, let's just start with at the beginning. I'm gonna record a video about Love Island every week. I'm so happy I didn't. Y'all, I thought season 7 was bad. Season 8, it's like every time I watch an episode, I need to go on a walk just to cool down. Like, ooh. Let's start with Trinity and Rice are my winners. I knew it. But fandom culture, which I really want to do a deep dive with and do like a documentary style video, hopefully. This is me overthinking. This is me just speaking to the universe. Fandom culture will be the end of like it needs to be studied. People say, oh, I'm telling you, fandom culture across sport, entertainment, everything else needs to be studied because they are all the same. I think this summer was like a lot because the World Cup and Love Island. So I was just tired by like 10 p.m. on a Tuesday night. Literally, y'all. I was with Love Island. For those who don't know, I'm Haitian American, and this was the first time since 52 years Haiti qualified for the World Cup. So obviously, I was watching every single game Haiti was playing, and oh my gosh. It's like you're pissed off on a Saturday evening, and then you're annoyed on a Sunday evening, and then you're annoyed again on a Wednesday evening. Non-stop, everyone. But yeah, I'm happy Trinity and Bryce won. Fans are saying it's fake. Honestly, who cares? At the end of the day, it's a show. obviously you want a genuine connection, but for realistically speaking, you can't force them to be real. If they don't want to be real, it's real. The whole fake argument, I mean, we don't know what's going on. We only see an hour of 24 hours. Mind you, these people are together 24/7 with no phones. So it's hard for me to believe that it's fake. Maybe afterwards they're part of society, they're back to normal. Them being together but now being apart, that may cause problems, of course, because that's normal. That's just part of life. But people saying it's faking it, I don't think that's a lot of energy to fake a relationship like that for 6 weeks. Like, no phones, no distractions. Like, I think, like, just think about that. Faking a relationship for 6 weeks, you know how emotionally and mentally draining that is? Like, you're stuck, like, you're literally stuck with, you have to sleep with this person, you have to do challenges with this person, you have to chat with this person. Even if they were faking it, they had a lot of opportunities to talk with other people. Because Love Island is one of the only shows where you can talk to, like, the goal is to connect with other people before choosing the one. So it's hard for me to think that Trinity and Bryce are faking it. I really don't understand that. That's that. Oh my gosh, everyone. People, last season, it was the whole Huda, Jeremiah situation. This season, it's Casey, TT, Anaya, and Carl drama. Oh. You are talking to my God. He's a grown man. He's a grown man, baby. I don't care. I'm not talking. I've never been rage baited so much in my whole entire life over defending people who probably don't even give a shit about me, if I'm being quite honest, and probably don't even know I exist. Not to be like not in a disrespectful way, but honestly, like they're doing better things. Let's just do a little backstory before I continue. For those who don't know, Love Island Season 8, the concept of the show, I talked about it. People are on the island for 60 weeks. Find the one, whatever, no phones, whatever. There's a win at the end. Bada bing, bada boom. Simple term. 6 weeks island with people. It was Casey and Anaya. They were paired up week 1. It's important to add that Casey and Anaya were not picked because before it came to the first night decision, they were doing like a challenge where they were asking questions like, you know, do you prefer dogs or cats, or do you prefer plants? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite place you've been traveled to get to know one another, especially the first night, right? It was a door challenge. The goal is now, after doing the challenge, it was time to pick who you wanted to be coupled up with. Mind you, this is the first night. Everyone was making out, smooching. And the host was like, yeah, y'all gotta pick someone to pair up for the first night, day 1. Casey was standing in like front of his door. You had to open the door and see if someone was standing behind it. Casey opened his door, no one was standing behind it. Obviously. Makes sense. Fair, I get it. Next was his friend, or like fellow housemate, Sincere. He opened the door. There were 2 girls standing behind him, or standing behind the door. Anaya and Melanie. Sincere picks Melanie, so that means Anaya and Casey were paired up because they were the only couple that were not picked. Right? Boom. They start to get to know each other. They start evolving. Feelings start to develop. You know. Then bombshells show up, causing drama. You know, even just rethinking it is triggering. Oh, it's so exhausting. Long story short, they had this, after both couple bombshells showed up, they had this other relationship test called Casa Amor, where the guys and the girls are separated and then they bring a new set of islanders to the villa. So for example, like the guys were in one villa called Casa Amor and they brought in a new set of girls to get to meet with the guys and mingle and blah blah blah, and like, oh right. Same thing with the girls, brought a whole new set of guys to bring to the villa and like,
Oh, yeah, haha, you're so strong, haha, right?
boom. Anaya's feeling Carl. Carl is like chef kiss. Literally chef kiss. Tall, has a lot in common, play volleyball, blah, blah, boom. Perfect. But I was like, I miss her.
I miss Casey. Right? Casey.
Who pissed me off was like, oh,
Black woman of the blueprint, black woman this, black woman that, black woman was a black man, but black man, black woman, da, da, da. Right? I'm like, oh my god, yeah, okay, backing, right, great.
it was all an act. We arrived to Casa. You know, Love Island, they love twists. They do this thing where the guys didn't even know Casa Amor was coming. They get a little surprise, like, oh, you're going to Casa Amor. The guys are excited, so they pack their stuff and they arrive to Casa Amor. They start off Casa Amor with a heart rate challenge. The goal of that is to like raise the heart rate of someone by doing like a sexy dance, trying to get them excited, right? The guys didn't know that the heart rate challenge was being live streamed. So all their initial partners could see every single thing that was being done and said. Casey was acting as if the way he was acting for someone he cares about was not the way to act. But it's okay. I want him to explore. This is his chance to explore. He's enjoying the dance, whatever. TT, cool, whatever. Then you notice Casey was saying some things about Anaya. Oh, I
don't give a F. I poured life into her. She's this, she's that, she's that, she's this, and the boom, my TT this, TT that. I'm TT, big TT, right? Then
you go to the villa and you see Anaya and the girls are crying over Casey and the men who don't care about them. Literally losing her mind every single moment about Casey. I miss Casey. While you have Carl, who literally is ready to leave with you to the villa and like start a whole new fantasy with you, right? And now I'm heated as a fan because you're rooting for Casey and you're rooting for Anaya. Not only because they're like, one of the only black couples there, whatever, sure. But I was like, okay, I'm Casey's a fan favorite. I think he's great. Boy, was I wrong. And that's not even the part what's causing people to lose their mind, the Casey and Anaya drama, right? So with that and being part of that journey, I've never seen people been divided over this whole situation, right? Casey was disrespectful to Anaya, saying some crazy stuff about the relationship. And then when I go online, people are so divided about it. They're like, yeah, Anaya, she manipulated. Like, I get that. Listen, but what did we see in Casa? She reassured Casey every time. She'd always pick Casey. Casey was acting as if, oh yeah, Anaya, who's that? I don't know who that is. Quite literally. And that's me saying it in the nice way, because the things he was saying was not as nice. Quite honestly disrespectful. And people who are in defense of Casey thinks, oh, people don't want Casey to explore. That's not the situation. Quite literally, since the beginning, a lot of fans or people who watch the show wanted Casey to explore really bad. I wanted Casey to explore with Soul really bad. So like, oh, they look kind of cute together. They give 90 fines couple. But then come to find out, Casey was scared because of Anaya. But it's like, babe, you're on Love Island. The whole point of the show is to explore. Quite literally, if you're not exploring, you're going home. Like, that's the number one thing. Number two, Anaya didn't hold a gun to your head. You could still explore. You just didn't want Zara to save for you not to go home. You could be like, hey, Anaya, I like you, but I want to explore Soul. I think, she is this and the third, right? So I wish they had a chance to save Soul and they didn't, because Zach, I remember asking Casey, like, yo, if I save Soul, like, are you going to explore her? Because I'm not going to save someone and you're not going to explore her, which was a fair thing. Obviously, they didn't save Soul. That whole drama too. Long story short, that causes drama. The Sincere and Mel thing, I don't even want to talk about that because that generally pissed me off. Because I don't understand how sincerely about month after month after month after month, lies after lies after lies after lies, and then boom, you're back with him. Actually, I do understand that because I have to, because I study psychology. I do. Quite literally, I do. I get it. Am I disappointed? Yeah. But from a psychological standpoint, I can't be mad because it's just, you could tell this person don't jump. If they want to jump, they want to jump. I'm just saying in a simple way. Like, you just have to let the person experience the things themselves. There are people when you tell them things, they're like, okay, I'll take it to consideration. But it's like with Mel, it's like you tell her things, she sees it, she cries, and then gives him another chance because she really likes him. But it's like, no. Like, this is not like, this is, I think this is the desire of being liked. Because anyone who has the basic respect for you wouldn't even put you through that. I wouldn't even want to wish them our worst enemies. And I have a lot of ops. But I wouldn't want that. And like, her mom and her sister came to her like, girl, you need to leave him. Like, leave him. Her mom gave one of the most iconic quotes of Love Island in Espanol. And it touched everyone, including me. My neighbors touched me. And yet still, Mel. What prétendez? What prétendez? You didn't want to listen. So it's like, the fans are like, oh my god, Mel, why'd you? It's like, let her be. The only way she'll know is when she learns from her own experience. There's nothing you can do. There's people like that. And you just have to accept them. Like, you know what? I did the best that I could. That's all you, babe. Fais sauve fait. And Negu, I don't have anything to do with it. Do what you gotta do. And that's the only way they'll learn is through that. So we'll see with the Love Island drama. I'm only giving a snippet of it. I don't want to go full detail because I feel like there's a lot of TikTok videos about that. And the thing is, on TikTok, I've done lives to hear people's opinion. And there are people who sit down and watch the show on Peacock, and there are people who watch the show through TikTok. I'm only going to listen to people who watch the show on Peacock. If you paid a Peacock subscription to watch the show, then I'll talk to you. But if you watch it through TikTok, don't talk to me. Please don't. Don't talk to me. Don't even watch this video. If you pay what you pay per month to be a Peacock membership, talk to me. Let's have a conversation. But if you're watching it through TikTok part 54, part 57, get out of here. Because it's like, you cannot have an opinion based on a 2-minute clip, max 10 minutes clip, compared to the average episodes like an hour, 15, hour, and 30 minutes. So I don't want to hear it. So that's my thing. Love Island. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of drama going on with Soul and the girls. I see both sides of Soul and also Trinity, but no one's talking about the things that the girls are saying about Soul's, especially her body and kind of making fun of her with that. And that wasn't great, but I do hope that, and because I know Andy and Aaron are going to be, actually, I don't think it was even announced. Was it? I don't know. But with the reunion, it probably will be because Andy and Aaron, they always do it, whatever. Yes, I think it was announced. I hope Andy brings up, hey girls, why do you think Soul's acting this way? Because I feel like Andy will. Andy's messy. But he does it in a way where you want to see both sides. You know what I mean? He's messy, but he's like, okay, but don't you think da-da-da-da? So I think he's going to try to at least tell the girls, hey, what do you think about this though? Can't you see on her side, the comments that are being said, or her experience in the house? Because he kind of acts that in Watch What Happens with Andy Cohen, with Trinity and Anaya. And their response was a little, but I get it. But I think he's probably gonna bring it up at the reunion, which I can't wait. The reunion comes out August 31st, which is gonna be very exciting. I think they're filming soon. I think next week or this week, and it's gonna be in California. Last year was in New York, and I think this year's in California. And this is the first time they're gonna have a live audience, so it's gonna be quite messy. But I can't wait to watch it. It's gonna be good. I just hope they ask a lot of good questions, and I know the girls are gonna be arguing back and forth. It's gonna be a lot of receipts. It's gonna be a lot of drama. I can see one side is gonna be Soul, Bea, and then TT and what's the other girl's name that was with Sincere? I forgot. That was bad. I think it's gonna be one team, and then we got the core four. That's gonna be the other team. So there's gonna be a lot of dynamics, a lot of interesting things that are gonna happen at the reunion, and I can't wait to watch that. I think it's going to be a really good reunion. I hope. I don't want it to be short. Either it's gonna be 2 hours long, or they're probably gonna split it up into like 2 parts. We don't know. I've never seen them split up in 2 parts from my memory. But I do want it to be long enough where we get everything. And we know that we're going to get to be on the villa with them because there's just been drama constantly. I want to be on the villa with them. I want to be on the villa with season 7 too, because a lot of stuff is going on with season 7. Like, so much. Where it's more you're like, what the? So that's that on Love Island. That's all I gotta talk. I know y'all missed me. This was a good catch up and conversation. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm so happy to be back. And stick around for more because I'm back. I'm gonna be posting more fun content. I'm in the midst of planning it now. I'm in the midst of actually recording a few things, which you'll see soon. And y'all gonna see a different side of me, but I'm excited and I can't wait to show you guys my journey, and I'm happy to be back. And once again, if you like this video or just miss me or just happy to be back, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share this video, share with a friend, share with someone you know, whatever you can. Spread the message, spread the joy, spread my channel, because I know, you know, I want to continue to push. But once again, thank you for being here, and I wish y'all have a good day. Bye.
Oh, feel like